stream can find me. I don't know why the scheduling the stream wasn't working, at least not on my end. For all I know, everybody could have been staring at the other stream, at me staring at the phone, just waiting for things to start, but didn't quite work the way I thought it would. So I'll give a couple minutes for people to get in here. Hopefully they see that the other stream has ended and this one has started. Hi, Teresa. How are you? Good to see you. So if that rooster shuts up, it'll be a good stream, I hope. Can't stay on too long because we have some appointments and things to get to, but I wanted to, say hi to everybody. Hey, OVP, how are you? The last live stream, Teresa, I tried to do like scheduling one, like 5 minutes ahead, and it just showed my logo and it said I was live, but there wasn't any chat. It wasn't doing anything. So, hey, oops, how are you? So I'm not sure how that all works. I'm going to have to get some coaching apparently. Once the studio is set up though, I'll be doing everything on the laptop as much. Oh, great. You could hear me. Wonderful. I had the mic off most of the time, but I wasn't really doing anything. So, but the stupid rooster won't shut up. And it's the same one that was trying to get into my house the other day. Well, got into the house a couple times the other day. So, yeah, he's a troublemaker. And now Alice Cooper is joining in on it. So, oh, the rooster, gotcha. So I wanted to touch base on a couple things. First thing is that we're still plugging along, still trying to get moved in. The last couple days, we actually paid somebody to bring their dump trailer over. It's, somebody that we know, and he does dump runs and things like that. And we've been getting rid of all of the canned goods that were ruined, because when this happened, we never expected that we would be, basically homeless for a whole winter. And so we put all of our canned goods in sheds and storage and trailers, and there isn't even any heated storage around here anyway. So we really didn't have any options. And I'll be damned if that big ass dump trailer isn't full of preps and canned goods and stuff that are just gone. It brought me to tears yesterday seeing how much we actually had to get rid of, and all that work and all of the saving and all of the money and all of the preparedness that is just out of the window. Well, not even out of the window, just out of the sheds, I guess. And it's going to go to the dump. It's too much to even save for the chickens. If we had pigs and an electric can opener, it would almost be worth it, but we don't. We don't really have time to fix the fences right now to get pigs, so it's just going. And this isn't even all of it. I mean, the dump trailer is full, and we still have another shed that we haven't even gotten into. We haven't gotten into the stuff in the loft. There's still a couple totes of things in the barn that will probably have a lot of things that we have to get rid of. And then I got into a box of my medical supplies, and lots of gauze just gone. The mice got into it. Hey, Dog Day, how are you? And with everything, it's just so much is ruined. This literally set us years back. And still nothing from the farmer's insurance company. The lawyer is working on things. He's waiting on some appraisals and some reports from the kids' counselors, from the counseling that they've been getting for the PTSD. That's actually one of the appointments that we have today. Yeah, it's just a shit show over here. My husband almost has all of the dirt work done. He's trying to patch up the lawn where the equipment dug things up. We have enough dirt built up on the back end of the house that we can start planting grass, and we need to plant some like shrubs and things over there to help the root structure to branch out and hold that bank up. Yeah, it is crazy, Teresa, and it really pisses me off. At this point I'm done feeling sorry for ourselves, and I'm just getting angry. And then to see that some of the other things that... Please shut up. some of the things that are going on with I really shouldn't say, but it's clear that it really doesn't matter to some people what happened here or their responsibility, and that's really irritating. Um, so on the bright side of things, we have started moving some of our furniture, and we have one storage unit empty, one to go. Um, my mother-in-law is giving us a kitchen table that's been in my husband's family for 4 generations. Good morning, Moon Sprout. How are you? And I want to do something real quick. I don't think I've. There we go. There we go. Moon Sprout should have a wrench now. So we've been plugging along. We're about ready to set our fuel oil tank. And once we do that, then we can call the propane company. Hey, CUCV. We can call the propane company to come set that tank, and then we can put in our propane stove. I've been doing most of our... Hey, Greenleaf, how are you? I've been doing most of our cooking on the pellet grill that we salvaged. It's not 100%. The heat shield got a couple layers knocked off of it when it got yeeted. So the middle section is one great big hot spot. So I've been trying to avoid that middle section. I've been baking some on it, although we end up with some burnt, like a burnt corner on everything that we bake on it. But as long as when I'm grilling, as long as I use the 2 far sides and avoid the middle, I'm okay. And unfortunately, I haven't been able to find a replacement heat shield for this model, and Pit Boss has not answered my emails. I have like the granddaddy of them all. I have the Lockhart, which if you ever saw them, they don't even carry them in Walmart anymore. You can still order them direct from Pit Boss. But hey JS, how are you? But it's the one where it has like the big smoker on the bottom, and then it has like a cabinet smoker on top for like some lower temp things or things that you want to smoke longer. And it's really awesome, and I love it, but I do need that new heat shield, or else I'm just going to burn everything. So I've been doing most of the cooking on that because I absolutely hate electric, and our oven isn't working in the electric stove anyway, and it's one of those stupid glass flat tops. No offense to anybody who loves them, but it's not how I roll. It's not how I learned to cook, and it takes forever to heat up and then forever to cool down, and just not my cup of tea. And sorry about the roosters, guys. They're just doing what they do. Hi, Independent Men United. How are you? So that's where that is. I did get all of the melons planted in the bag garden. The bag garden is not done, though. I still have about 15 bags of compost in the back of my Suburban waiting to go up. But we've been a little preoccupied with getting the canned goods out before they start popping and exploding and making a big ass mess for us. So the melons are in. Next, the cukes and squashes and stuff that I have started are all gonna go in. Weather's been an issue. It's either been pouring or freezing or too damn hot. Yesterday was just brutal. And of course we don't have our AC in yet. Yeah, Moonsprout, cooking with fire is something that I need to get better on it with an open fire outside. I was getting really good at doing it on our wooden coal stoves in the old house. And I plan on getting better at that again. We have a helicopter coming over soon. Maybe it'll be low enough to see what kind it is. My distance sight sucks. Hey, Joe DeFazio, how are you? Good to see you in here. So once we get the rest of the stuff done with the house and we pull out that pellet stove, it's too high up for me to see. It looks... It's not one of the small little state helicopter ones, like state police. It's bigger than that, so who knows, but it doesn't look military either. So yeah, it's something that I want to get back to once we get our wood house, but that'll be closer to like end of August, early September, hopefully. We still don't have all the blocks around the bottom of the house. It still looks like we're trying to move in, which we are. There's still siding missing. There's still soffit missing. Our gutters are half on. We don't have a real porch yet. We just have one set of steps. I mean, it really sucks that my husband is stuck doing this on his own. He has friends he could call, but you know, him being the pig-headed, stubborn macho man that he is, he will never ask for help. If somebody calls him up and says, "Hey, you know, I've got this day free. Do you want me to come and help?" He'd be like, "Yeah, sure," but he's not the kind to reach out. It's just not how he rolls. So, um, you know, our teenager helps us with what she can. I can't do any of the lifting. I mean, unless I want to end up breaking my back again and having another surgery, which I do not want to ever go through that again if I can help it, then I need to slow my roll and know what I can and can't do. And then our daughter's boyfriend has been helping when he can, but they both work. You know, yes, they're both homeschooled, but they both work and they work their butts off. So they don't really have a ton of time that they can be helping him. Plus, my husband's back to work. So he's got that going on, you know, 8 to 10 hours a day, and then has to do what he can do coming up when he comes home. Hey, Dan H., how are you? Um, so I've been focusing on trying to get done what I can in the garden. I've been focusing on making the house a home. And I've been focusing on trying to build our preps back up where I can. Being that grocery prices are what they are and the gardens aren't even close to starting to yield yet, it's really hard. And when things do start to yield, I've replaced one water bath canner, so I have one large water bath canner, and I've replaced our dehydrator. And I've gotten a couple cases of canning jars, but, you know, not anywhere. I mean, I had thousands, literally thousands of canning jars between the stuff that we had canned and what I had in the shed. And that shed was the first thing that the tractor hit. So all the glass just gone. And that ain't coming back. So, so I have like maybe 4 cases of canning jars, and I have to get a new pressure canner. But again, with that stupid glass top stove, I can't use my pressure canner anyway. I'm even hesitant to use the water bath canner on it, just because, I mean, it is the largest one that you can get. And that glass is just so, I don't trust it. I hate it so much. But then again, there's the whole, well, I mean, if it did break, that would kind of force things to move along with getting the other stove in. I mean, we have it; it's back in the cabin, but at the same time, I don't want to waste that canning. I don't want to waste, you know, the jars that would be in the canner. I don't want to have that mess to clean up. I mean, it would be such a waste. So, so I guess I just have to be patient and, you know, make that a priority for everybody. That's like one of the first thing that has to be done, you know, once the harvest comes in, or starts coming in. I have lots of stuff in the house that's ready to go in the ground. It's just between the weather and timing and, you know, my back and appointments and things. It just hasn't happened. So things are moving slow, and it's really frustrating, and it's been getting to me. But all in good time, right? I am really nervous about some of the things that are going on in the world, especially if this big, supposedly beautiful bill passes. I am not a fan. If they were just gonna put us $5 trillion more onto the deficit, why did they even bother starting Doge? You know, I think the whole idea was to save us money, and yes, there were going to be some growing pains, but then they pull this shit. You know, it's like, whose side are you really on? Not a fan. I mean, there are things that Trump is doing that I do approve of. You know, I approve of all the, you know, crackdowns on corruption and on illegal immigration and make America healthy again and all that stuff. But this crazy spending has got to stop. I mean, we are on a runaway train towards hyperinflation. And, you know, yes, my husband has a business, but the tighter things are for everyone else, the less calls he's going to be getting, the less homes are going to be built, the less there's going to be for his services. And then I'm on a fixed income. And if they crash Social Security, I'm done, you know? Um, CUCV, I believe it. And it's just the whole AI thing, the increase in crime, the terrorism stuff really has me exactly, Dan H. Um, the terrorism stuff I think is really going to be ramping up soon, unfortunately. Um, I don't know if you guys saw on my Facebook the article I posted the other day about people, Chinese nationals smuggling this bioweapon. Basically, it was a fungus that can wipe out like basically all the staple crops: corn, soybeans, wheat, everything. And one Chinese national smuggled it into his girlfriend who worked at a biolab at the University of Michigan or something like that. And these people have done stuff like this before. Why? And they just got deported. Why the hell are they still walking free anywhere? That is like, that should be right up there with treason. I mean, yes, they are not citizens of this country, but they were in this country, working in this country, and they were smuggling things in that could disrupt our whole entire food supply. Are you freaking kidding me? No way in hell should people like that just be like, oh, we'll send you back. Not happening. And then there was an article I shared today, and I shared it on my community page too, and on my Facebook, that just not even an hour north of me in Syracuse, New York, which is the area I grew up in. Hey, Rural, how are you? Hope I'm catching you on break. That this guy who works for Syracuse University and has previously issued terroristic threats and bomb threats is threatening to bomb and gun down people at the University Children's Hospital in Syracuse and the SUNY ESF building. Are you freaking kidding me? Why is this guy still employed by SU when he's done this shit before? Like, why does he have a job? Why is he not in jail or in a mental institution? Like, and he'll probably still have his freaking job because, we know all about these liberal heart bleeding universities that, oh, well, he has a mental illness. Or, so, I'm sorry, it's safety. Anybody who can issue threats like that, and the people who follow through on them, are all mentally ill in some form or another. Do I have sympathy for people with mental illnesses? Yes. But when you start threatening the lives of others and yourself, you're a danger and need to be dealt with as such. We're too soft on crime. We're too soft on dangerous mental illnesses. And this shit has to stop. Hey, KP, how are you? So, I mean, and that's what this world is coming to. Like, it's everywhere. And I'm sure there's tons of local stories out there that aren't garnering national attention, that this shit is probably happening all of the freaking time. And what's anybody doing about it? Nothing. So, hey, Hudson, how are you? Good to see you. So yeah, so it's like I'm doing my best to make sure that we get, everything set up here as quickly as we can, and it's moving so slow. We just don't have the manpower. If I was younger or healthier and had a better back, a lot more could be done, but it's not. So, but our main goal is to try to get as self-sufficient as possible. Try to make this a place where the kids have everything that they need to stay active. We need to get the pool up, but right now we've knocked it down quite a bit, but there's still quite a bit of a scrap pile over where the pool goes, and we're going to have to put more sand down. So that's probably going to be another $300-400 just for sand. But it's just, where does it all end and where is the end in sight? It's like, are we going to be able to get this stuff done before winter? I don't know. I don't freaking know. And it's just, it's really overwhelming. And it's really, hey, Rabbit Coyote, how are you? Appreciate it, Hudson. Oh, they've got you framing now, huh? Or are you just framing for the tile? Um, so I'm at a place where, amen, I saw that video. That's awesome. And, with these thunderstorms that we get here, I keep my Opus charged all the freaking time because it's the best thing that we've got. And well, aside from our whole house generator, but if my husband's not home, there's no way in hell I'm lugging that generator over to the pole and knowing what to do to start it up yet. He needs to oh, gotcha, Hudson, that's awesome. So that's one of the things we need to do. Is I have a pretty good idea of what needs to be done, and I'm sure I could figure it out, but we need to like write down the exact steps to power up the whole house generator. But again, that's loud. After a couple days, we wouldn't want to be advertising, hey SRD, how are you? I'm glad to see everybody in here. This is probably one of the most active live streams I've had, and on a Thursday afternoon, I wouldn't expect it. So I appreciate all you guys coming here. I appreciate you guys staying subscribed, being that I haven't been that active. I've just been so busy doing the things, The homeschool year has come to a close. My daughter takes her road test on Monday. So, thanks, Rural. I appreciate that so much. We love you too. But so I've been transporting to and from work every day. I've been taking care of the other kids. We've been doing the appointments. I've been taking care of stuff for my mother-in-law. Um, I'm glad I got you in that moment, SRD. And just trying to live life and do the things, trying to get the gardens in and keep the plants alive that aren't in the garden yet, and get stuff done for the house that isn't done. And it's like, when I really want to grow the channel and I really want to bring my knowledge to the table and share it all with you, but just trying to tread water right now and get things like ready for our own family. I know all the things that need to be done, but we just can't do them fast enough on our own. So we don't even have our certificate of occupancy for the house yet, honestly. We don't have the necessary porches built because we have one set of steps going into one door. But to get our certificate of occupancy, we have to have the siding finished on the ends. We have to have the porches done on every doorway. We have to have the soffit repaired, and that's just to get our certificate of occupancy. And we have to have the well, luckily, Hudson, I know ours, and he's a good guy, and I've known him for a long time before he was even a code enforcement official, and he understands. He understands. Plus the fact that the farmer whose tractor hit us, he's on the town board. And given the situation, I don't think they're going to give us any trouble because that would just make him look bad, and we have to get the blocks done. The blocking and the insulation underneath the house is not done yet. I mean, it's still, I'm looking at like maybe half of it done, but I can't lift concrete blocks. There's no way I can do it. Hudson, they actually waived our building permit fee. So I don't think they're going to mess with us with that either, just because of the situation. We live in a really small rural ag zone, and, our town supervisor's a farmer. Most of the people on the board are farmers, and they're all good people, pretty much. And it's just, so I don't think we're going to run into that, but it's just the idea that we can't do this, well, I shouldn't say we can't do this. We will do this, but it's like, how and when? Like, when is all this gonna end, and when can we just live life? Prepping is a side hustle in and of itself if you're doing it seriously and you're trying to be self-sufficient. But then when you throw all this other stuff into it, it's like, seriously, my husband has only probably gotten in maybe 2 total hours of motorcycle riding this year. And that's like after everything's done for the day around sunset, he'll go and take a ride around our block. And that's his escape. That's that man's mental health right there. And there's not even time for him to do that. And I haven't even been on the bike once since my surgery. And, I'm okay to go, allegedly. And, we'll see how it goes. But it's just when, you know, it's like we're supposed to have a party here a month from today, actually. And it's like, okay, how are we going to get this shit done? Because, oh no, OVP, why is your power out, Storms? It's like, okay, I hope people understand that, we're still rebuilding. We canceled the big party last year, and we had, hey, Michael Garrett, how are you? And we canceled the main party last year. It's something we've had every year for 12 years. And so we just had a little barbecue out back, with just like 5 or 6 of my husband's closest friends from high school. And the big attraction was that the house was still here, so everybody got to see our big giant hole and what had happened. And I just grilled hot dogs and sausage patties, and we had a little bonfire out back, and that was it. But this year, is supposed to be our big comeback. I have a tattoo artist coming back. It's going to be great regardless, but I would like at least the blocking and the siding on the end of the house to be done so it doesn't look like a shithole. We do have most of the debris piles done and taken out back, but it's still wow, and it's like I see these places that put up a brand new house in 4 months, and the landscaping's going in and everything's beautiful, and it's like, that's great, but they had a crew, they paid a crew. Why the hell are we stuck doing all of this shit ourselves? I know somebody with a whole labor force of, both locals and Mexicans, that he's got equipment, a bunch of people. Why isn't that helping offered, So I'm getting a little bitter, and I'm getting even more angry just looking at this and just talking about it. So I'm going to stop talking about it and start counting my blessings because, the kids are all under one roof now. Yeah, right, Hudson? But we don't have any men. Unfortunately, the one that we did have is in the slammer right now for a stupid probation violation. And it's his own fault, just being stupid, not doing anything major, just not showing up. And so he won't be back until the end of August, early September. And we really could have freaking used him this whole time. This would have been done. No, yeah, IMU, unfortunately, like being our age, most of the friends that we have, they have broken backs and stuff too. So they can't be doing what needs to be done. And unfortunately, these gnats are driving me nuts. I don't know if you can see these little, well, they call them no-see-ums for a reason. They're driving me up the wall. But yeah, we I floated the idea of having a work party and putting something out on Facebook that we need help. But like I said, my husband is not the kind to ask for help. He won't do it. If somebody offers or shows up, that's awesome. And he appreciates it, but he will never be the one to reach out and ask somebody for a hand. He just won't. So 30 kilowatts of coffee making, that's awesome, SRD. But anyway, it's getting close to noon. I do have to get ready to go. I have to go over to my mother-in-law's house and do her meds for the week. And then the teenager opened up her first bank account because she's starting a new job next week. So they went sort of near the end of the day, and they still have to go through all of the online banking stuff with her. So we'll leave, we'll go do my mother-in-law's meds, we'll go do that, and then we'll go to their appointments, and then hopefully be done for the day. No clue what I'm making for dinner. I haven't gotten anything out of the freezer. Maybe I'll grab a rotisserie chicken or something on the way home so I don't have to cook today. But Yeah. But anyway, that's the catch up. Um, that's everything that's been going on. I appreciate all you guys stopping in, especially on a Thursday afternoon. Thanks, Teresa. We need all the prayers we can get. Um, and I'll try to post more on YouTube. I'm better at Facebook, but even that's been slacking just because I'm trying to do all the things, and once homeschooling is done for the year, it'll be a lot easier. I think it's going to be done like this week. I told the kids next week, but I think we're done. But so anyway, keep your head on a swivel, guys. It's getting dangerous out there. Protect your money the best way that you can. Spend your money the most prudent ways that you can. Prep up, pray for each other, and do your research and prep on.